Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys, we are back outside today. I decided to film on the front porch right now because all around me, everybody is still mowing their lawn, and I just had to move the camera to a more quieter spot because everywhere else around outside is just with their lawnmowers right now. So yeah, I had to try to find a little quiet spot, and my front porch is the most quietest spot I could find. So that is why we are here. But today for you guys, we're going to be talking about a topic that I've heard been talked about many times before, and that is, why is Yu-Gi-Oh so addicting? Now, I know people have made the comparison before to that Yu-Gi-Oh is addicting like a drug. It's like a drug literally, and though I do feel like that is a semi-good comparison to some extent, I feel like it's a very extreme comparison, if you get what I'm trying to say. But why is Yu-Gi-Oh so addicting? I feel that there's a couple reasons why. I've heard the saying before in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh that once you start playing this game of Yu-Gi-Oh, even though you quit, you will always come back to it in time, and eventually you will come back to the game of Yu-Gi-Oh. You may play it when you were younger, you eventually come back when you're older. Why is that? What makes Yu-Gi-Oh so enduring? You know, this game has been going on for so long, and people, old players, they'll quit for a bit, they'll come back. People come back from playing with it, you know, they played it when they were young, and then they come back to it nowadays. Why? Why is this so? Why do people keep coming back to the game of Yu-Gi-Oh? So I think there's a couple of reasons why. And we're going to touch on some of these things. I may forget a couple of things here and there that are obvious, but we'll just go with the ones that have come to my mind before I made this video. So, first thing, there's always new product coming out. Consistently, there's always new product coming out. Let's look at the last couple of months now, okay, here. So let's look here. In January, we had the Hero Structure Deck, which was something that was very much anticipated. We also had a new set that was released. Then in February, we had Secret Forces released. Then in March, we had Gold Series released, which, yes, it was a reprint kind of set, but there was new things like new Black Wings, new other cards in there that people have used a lot. Then you have April, and you had World Super Starter set that included a whole bunch of OCG imports that people have been waiting for a long time. Yes, some of the decks are not super competitive, but they were fun decks that people have been waiting for a long time to play. Then let's flip forward to May. In May, you have freaking the new set released being Cross Souls. You have cards like Galaxy Cyclone, Ghost Ogre Snow Rabbit, Lose a Turn, the new Dragon, Wing Synchron Dragon, I forget what it's called off the top of my head. Oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart, please forgive me. But you're having all these other cards come out too. Another set comes out. And then you look down the road this summer, you got freaking the Legendary Dragons coming out. You get the Legendary Collection deck, Dragons of Legend 2. You have another Synchro Structure deck coming out. You have freaking, you know, the Megatins coming out. You got another set coming out. Just so much stuff is coming out. I mean, look at this. I mean, now, back in the day, 2003, 2004, 2005, that was not always the case. Usually the main things that you could look forward to playing the game of Yu-Gi-Oh was a new set being released, the tins, and a structure deck. Yes, you also had a reprint set being called Dark Revelations, but that was about it. But now it seems like it's every freaking month to some extent. New stuff is coming out, new stuff is coming out, new stuff is coming out. Stuff is getting reprinted, stuff is becoming more accessible. And that's a good thing. For multiple reasons, but I think the fact that there's always new stuff coming out keeps dragging players back into the game because there's always new things to play constantly. Yes, they may not be the OP, you know, Necrons and Burning Abyss like they were, and, you know, Cruel Pulse and all that, but it's new, fun stuff to play. And that brings players back into the game. It keeps the game fresh. We may not always say that it's, you know, it's stale and boring, but there's always new stuff coming out. Constantly. That cannot be put to the wayside. I think another thing is that also it's something that people that played back in the day, and there's so many times I get on my Blue Eyes White Dragon decks and my my freaking Dark Magician decks. You know, I'm back into the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Thank you so much for building this deck and showing me, you know, these new cards that have come out and things like that. I always get these comments of people thanking me, which you're welcome, by the way, if you're watching this video. I'm glad to do it. I'm glad you enjoy it. But I always get this from players, and I always see on other sites people talking about it. You know, they played back when maybe GX or the original Yu-Gi-Oh was around, and now they're getting back into the game. And then, you know, people wonder, well, why is that? Well, think of it. It's nostalgia. It's something you grow up to. It's your childhood. It's something you enjoyed as a child, and now that as you've grown up and you have some money, you want to get back into it because you want to relive your childhood to some extent. You remember those fond memories. Why do you think Pokemon has lasted so freaking long as it has done? Because it's able to put new blood into Pokemon, just like Yu-Gi-Oh has been trying to do, to put new blood into the game, and it's something that the old players, the old school people, enjoy because it's their childhood. Who didn't play Pokemon when they were little? Not very few people did not play Pokemon when they were little. Same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh! If you played Yu-Gi-Oh when you were little, you're more likely to play it when you get older if it's been around for that long. Because, you know, I guess you could say it's your childhood. And people feel like they can quit the game and they can come back at any time because Yu-Gi-Oh is still going to be around. And granted, people always bring up the topic, when will Yu-Gi-Oh end? But that's another topic for another day. People say, well, eventually power creep will get too powerful and the game will just self-implode. Maybe that's the case. Maybe that is what's going to happen. People have prophesized many different reasons why. But we don't know. We don't know what will end Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything has a beginning and an end, but I think right now Yu-Gi-Oh! Is going to last for the foreseeable future, from what I can see. Definitely until after the movie gets released in like 2017 in Japan. So I mean, at least we got 2 to 3 years left of Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, at minimum, and then probably more after that. But I think, you know, it's something that's always going to be there. People want to play it because it reminds them of their kids. There's always new stuff coming out. And I think that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just a game that you are able to make friends. Yes, you can make enemies in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And yes, there are people that are not the nicest people in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! But it's a way to make friends and make new people. I found that sometimes there's so many times when I'm just playing a casual duel with new people, we just start talking, finding common interest and things like that, and before you know it, after a couple of weeks going to that locals, we become friends and things of that nature. So I think there's a whole bunch of reasons why people keep coming back to the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I know some people have stated before that if you don't sell your collection, then you are doomed to come back to the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! That is up for debate, I guess you could say. But what I'm thinking is that, I guess you could say that's just 50-50, but there's different reasons why people come back. I've always felt like it's okay to just step away from the game and then come back to it when you feel like it because of certain situations. Like me personally, I'm starting to get more back into the game with friends because of the fact of the matter is, you know, I had all my problems with my dad and everything. But that's just my thoughts, guys. And until next time, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling, and tell me down below, guys, why do you think people keep coming back to the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I know there's probably a couple things I missed here and there, you know, why people don't, you know, continuously come back. I think these are just a couple of the reasons why. And I think, you know, as long as there's new blood coming into the game of Yu-Gi-Oh!, the game will continue to flourish, and because it continues to flourish, people will keep coming back to it. But I don't think it's a good comparison to being a drug. Like I said, I think that's there's some comparisons because you keep coming back and you just don't quit, and you can become super competitive. But I think it's also, this could be things like people feel like they can excel in a card game. They may not be gifted athletically, but they feel like if they play the card game, they can maybe excel as well. I mean, there's different reasons why I think people just keep coming back to it. There's a slew of reasons. I could be here for another 20 minutes telling you as I keep making this video, but I'm just going to end it here. And down below, guys, I look forward to seeing why you think people continuously come back to the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Time after time after time. Some people, they'll say, I'm going to quit, and they stop, but a lot of the time I find that they just keep coming back. You know, they'll be gone for a couple months, maybe a year or two, oh, then they're back. They're back. So just tell me, why do you think that is? What do you think some of the reasons are for that? And I'll look forward to seeing your comments down below in the comments section, guys. And until next time, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling, and I'll see you guys next time. Seto Kaiba, I'm out for you guys till next time. Good luck dueling to all of you. Take care, everybody.